This is my old Samsung Galaxy S2. Now when I say old, it's about 2.5 years old. Now during that time it has had lots of apps installed and a few of them uninstalled. It's gone through a few system updates as well. Though I have noticed over, say, the last year, it has not been running as fast as it used to run, and just recently it's been giving me a couple of problems in that when I've tried to update apps, it says it won't do it because of lack of memory, and also when running one or two programs, they've also given trouble and actually said can't do something or other because of lack of memory. However, when I go into the settings on the phone, there is plenty of free memory around, both within the system area for the operating system and essentials, and also for general storage of apps and data. So a look on the internet and I see I'm not the only person with this problem. No one seems to know quite why, and the only solution people seem to be able to offer is for doing a factory reset on the machine. So with this being 2.5 years old and I've not done one of those before, I thought I would give that a try. So dig out my copy of, I think it's pronounced Kai's Samsung software, which is their software for backup, restore and general phone administration. And it's also software which I personally can't stand the sight of, but that's another matter. Plug my phone into the machine, it's recognised by the software, and make sure I've ticked all the boxes to do a full backup, which takes about 5 minutes. Once that's finished, just as an added safety feature, I do drag from the phone onto my desktop my pictures folder. After all, apps can be reinstalled, even things like phone numbers, you can get them back off people through messaging through Twitter and Facebook and that sort of thing. Once that bit's finished, unplug this from the PC, work my way through the menu options to get to the factory reset bit, work my way through numerous warnings about the dire consequences of doing a reset, but perform the reset. That takes about a minute. Once that's finished, the phone reboots and we are in a situation where it's as if you've just taken it out of the box brand new. You've got all these boxes to fill in with personal details and that sort of thing. As many of those as I possibly can, I jump over. I just want to get the phone up and running so I can then perform a restore on it. Once the phone is up and running, plug it back into the PC. On this software again, hit the restore button, make sure I've selected restore all. The restore itself takes about 15 minutes, considerably longer than the backup phase. The phone then reboots and we are back to a supposedly fully restored phone with an overall time of about half an hour, I suppose, really. Now, when I then look to see what has been restored, mixed feelings on this. Back onto the phone are all my text messages, my contacts and that sort of information, notes I've made through the Samsung Note apps. My Microsoft Exchange email account has been restored, but my 2 Gmail accounts have not been restored. What's also not been restored are the specific settings I had on my phone for things like screen brightness level, because I had got it set up for maximum battery economy. So a lot of unnecessary things have been switched off. That had not been restored. Also, my apps had not been restored, and that did annoy me a bit. Now, it only took me a moment to put back onto this my Gmail account, go off to the App Store, and there listed were all my apps I've put onto the phone in the past, so it only took a couple of minutes to select them and bring them back onto the phone. But it was just annoying that what was meant to be a full backup and then full restore had not fully restored my apps. Once they were back on the phone, that did take a bit of time, did over Wi-Fi and things. The phone is now running an awful lot faster than what it was before. Things are opening up more quickly, even swiping left to right across screens and things, that's happening more quickly than previous. But just rather annoyed and disappointed that this restore had not automatically brought back my apps and I had to go off and do that manually. So I suppose I will give Samsung perhaps a B- for their efforts in that it did carry out the essentials of a restore, but not as much as I was expecting. However, it is getting the phone, it's a much nicer phone to use, getting it back to its original speed. So if anyone does have an old phone and you're just muttering a bit to yourselves about when you see it compared to new phones that your old one is running far more slowly, is it worth doing a restore on it, taking it back to original settings and then reinstalling your software? Because it certainly speeded up mine again. Anyway, enough. Goodbye.